everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, we have a matchup with two quarterbacks, one an older guy and another a younger guy. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 49. It's Tom Brady going up against Russell Wilson. And with that, we'll send you up to the Pacific Northwest and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, home of the 12s. We'll welcome in our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Coming up is a rematch of that memorable Super Bowl 49 between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks.
All right, I knew I forgot to ask a question when we sat with the coaches about just how aggressive will you be bringing the ball out of the end zone, and what's the green light for your returner? In this case, it should have been a red light. Should have stayed in the end zone. Terrible field position to start this drive.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that, because all week long, offensive line meetings, they're going over adjustments, counters, when line shifts, all those things that go along with it. And yet you still have to be physical, and that's what they did on the first play.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Throwing on first down is Brady. Sets up the screen to Lewis. A big play there on the screen pass. 38 yards.
What really hurts defenses on screen passes is that they eat up one of their levels right away. Because, you know, most defense, there's three levels: D-line, linebacker, secondary. But on a screen pass, you're inviting the defensive line to get past them, and then you throw the ball over their heads, and now there's just two levels left to try and stop big guys out in front of a guy running with the football.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On first down, Brady. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to hit Bishop Sankey that time. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and LeGarrette Blount, the featured back.
The big knock on him coming out of college was his lack of speed, but it's definitely not his lack of power. He runs right through opposing tacklers and sets things up big for his offense.
And a look at Seattle's defense.
Earl Thomas is the rangiest free safety in the game. Great reactions, great understanding, and boy, will he strike you when the ball's in his area.
3rd down now following the completed pass. Brady gives this one to Lewis. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he's brought down. And Blount should be running with some confidence coming off that Week 3 game. He was over 100 yards, scored twice as well.
And he likes being the focal point of things. He doesn't say a whole lot, but he enjoys having the game on his shoulders. I mean, let's face it, him running inside where there is a lot of traffic, he usually cleans it up pretty well just by himself, so does a great job. And did you see him after his 2nd touchdown?
Oh, he posed with a Minuteman.
Yes, it looks like that's becoming kind of a tradition for him, and what a great tradition to establish when you play in New England.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
One of the notes I had about LeGarrette Blount coming out of college, he's not going to outrun you, but he will run through you. In these situations near the goal line, made to order.
Maybe they'll turn to his big frame again. possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Second down, the ball on the 2 here, second and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. This opening drive has taken him to the 2, but now they come up on a third and goal. Third and goal now, so some urgency here for the offense. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Dion Lewis taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On first down, Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Complete. Richardson has it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL because in college, he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
Doug Baldwin had a career day against the Niners. 164 yards, 8 catches, and a touchdown.
It's becoming normal for him. We go back to when they won the Super Bowl, and you remember the tag that the receivers of Seattle were, mediocre? And he's carried that with him, and it's burned inside of him throughout. He's put up performances that suggest way better than that, and that's not unusual for him now. Maybe a career high, but I expect more games like that for him in the future.
And that touchdown pass he caught was the first thrown by Trevon Boykin, the young rookie out of TCU. Now it's Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side, and he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. This complete to Lockett. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. From the shotgun, Wilson throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense, but in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Now Wilson on second down. And that's Curse for the Seattle touchdown, hauling it in. Jermaine Curse from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Patriot offense now set to come back out on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll begin here with Blunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. To throw, it's Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. A part of this New England defense was dominant in Week 3. The Texans, they shut them out. That's the first time that Houston's been shut out since 2003.
In a lot of ways, what New England's doing in 2016 reminds me of Miami back in the early 1970s. Remember, that defense didn't even have a nickname, so they turned it into a nickname for them. And this group, we don't really say a whole lot. Different names may pop up, but it's how they play as a collective unit. I do look at Dante Hightower, though, and see that big physical and intelligent presence that he brings to them. But it's 11 guys playing really, really well, and I'd hate to try and move the ball against them. Hey, it's not our position to root for players, Brandon, but I can't help it. Happy to see Jimmy Graham back at full strength and running around and catching passes.
Looked like the Jimmy Graham of old, didn't he? First 100-yard game as a Seahawk.
And I remember watching him in college. In fact, I did some of his basketball games at the University of Miami, and he plays tight end similar to how he played offense there. Around the rim, he knew how to finish.
Now he's just hoping to pick up where he left off in that Week 3 performance.
Check 50, check 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Christian Michael, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Blunt, the lone running back. They go back to the air here after the INT. And His throw's going to be incomplete. All right, let's take a peek at the league-wide landscape. 5 teams undefeated at 3-0. You've got the Ravens, Eagles, Pats, Vikings, and Broncos. Now, partner, throw out for a second, if you will, the Pats and the Broncos. Of those other 3 undefeated teams, who has the biggest chance of making some noise?
I think the Vikings. And I know they had to make the move for Sam Bradford because of the Teddy Bridgewater injury. And that's working out pretty well. He's 2-0 so far as a starter. But it's their defense. They remind me a lot of Denver in 2015, that season. The defense carrying the team, give them enough offense to stay in those games, and the defense might just do the rest. Mike Zimmer's got a heck of a collection over there.
By the way, statistician Ed Brady just gave me this note. 76% of 3-0 teams since 1990 have made the playoffs. Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense. Time running out here on the play clock. Brady's going to sneak it. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Brady gives now to Blunt. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the 1st on 2nd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Brady. And this one complete to Martellus Bennett. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Shift together here from the D-line. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Amendola catching it left side. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Brady to throw on 2nd down. He goes underneath for Sankey. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Brady is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. 13 yards that time and a 1st. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Brady now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Second down now after the pass completion. Blunt, the lone running back. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Screen pass to Blunt. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 6 there on the first down play. And now they're in the hurry-up. Again, it's Brady. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Have we yet met a receiver that wasn't excited about getting a chance to play with Tom Brady?
Absolutely not.
And Martellus Bennett bringing his considerable skills to New England now. Going to hook up with Mr. Brady for another completion here.
Yeah, 90 catches a couple years ago in Chicago, 53 last year for Bennett. Off the toss, Lewis. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Now a carry for Blount. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They slot Gronkowski outright. From the gun, it's Brady. And his pass incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
And now the offense gets set for play number 15 on this drive. It has been a long, long stanza for this unit. On second down, here's Brady. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Bishop Sankey from 4 yards out. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. The point after try for Gronkowski. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. They'll get 17 yards there. And it's good enough for a Seattle first.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
He's got time. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So they grabbed the lead just before half with a clock reading 0-0-0.
How about snatching things right at the end and grabbing a little bit of control? What a great way to go into the locker room. It's similar to a boxer flurrying in the last 30 seconds of a round and stealing the round. Great job.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now Wilson on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And this is going to be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it 4th down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And now Edelman. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back to the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Brady to throw on 2nd down. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
On second down, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and just like that, it's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now it's Wilson. The grab made by Curse over the middle. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. They'll run it now out of the gun. He only needed a few inches, but they stop him behind the line. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Cliff Averill in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block it.
Now they'll run with Lewis. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
All right, partner, let's go back over the last couple of plays. Sack, loss of yards on a running play. Not exactly the sequence that an offensive coordinator gets comfortable with when calling plays.
So 3rd and 20, defense in the nickel.
Surprised they didn't go with 6 DBs, the dime look.
Brady now to throw. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Now, let me ask you about Philadelphia for a second. When you were doing all your draft analysis, looking at the quarterbacks coming into this class, did you think Carson Wentz not only be starting but have them off to a 3-0 start in Philadelphia?
Brandon, I have to admit, I didn't see a 3-0 start, but I was adamant that Carson Wentz should be the starting quarterback. It didn't matter to me if Sam Bradford was there or not. You take a guy at number 2 in the draft, you do everything possible to get him ready to play and put him out there right away. They had planned not to do that. Through some serendipity, he ends up becoming the starter, and now they can't imagine anyone else playing that position.
Well, it's worked. 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, and you know what they're saying right now. It's not Pennsylvania. It's what is it?
Wentzylvania.
It's Wentzylvania. Again, here's Blunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On play action, now Brady. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find Big 87.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. They'll run again with Blunt. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
We can talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense? Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Blunt, the lone running back. 6 yards still to go here on 2nd and goal. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Atama Rubin with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
To throw is Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. From the shotgun, Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Now Wilson on 2nd down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. Throwing now is Wilson. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
The Patriots offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. They'll look to throw. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. He'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
He goes underneath for Sankey. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down here after the incomplete pass. They slot Gronkowski outright. Back to throw. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. It's the fullback in the final minute. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, nice move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. They set up the screen to Rawls. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And, you know, every win is sweet, and I'm sure everybody enjoys a huge victory, but sometimes only winning by 1 score, 2 scores, a field goal, that can feel pretty satisfying too.
Without a doubt, because now you know that your team responds in critical pressure-packed situations. As a coach, as an organization, that makes you feel awfully good.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Seattle, so long, everybody.